Welcome back everybody into another backtesting session, and as we did the last time, we're going to have a look at every single New York session that happened during the 2023, starting from the 13th of January, because we did already the first few days already. So I just noticed this morning that I was using a wrong time, especially because the timestamp that I when I did the screenshot, so it was like yesterday and today, I was using the reference of a different time zone. So I was using before the daylight saving of March, so it was incorrect. So I was using like that here it would start at 2 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. And that's only after March, after daylight saving, that it will change to 2 p.m. So I was cutting short a little bit of some trades, an hour of trading. And as you can see here, for example, in this case, the New York session only started actually over here, not before that. So this will be the 8:30 will be over here, and then at 5, you see, I would have another hour, and that's why, for example, this setup would have been profitable because it's up until 6, not until 5, like I was doing. So let's get into it, and let's see, as I did the other day, trying to see the day, the direction, how many trades, and mainly understanding how profitable it is my setup, my edge. Is there an edge? Isn't there an edge? Am I profitable or not on the long run if I take every trade that I see? Of course, it's a bias backtested, but trying to see objectively my setup. So even taking losses, it's absolutely fine. And that's actually what I want to do, because live trading, I would expect that at least 50 to 60% of the times I will take losses. So let's get into it. So we start the New York session starts over here at 3, and I always wait for at least 8:20 a.m. Eastern, because that's when usually the volume comes into the chart. And what we are seeing is that price is at 1897, a key level, and we are sort of breaking above. So we can see that even though we don't have much of a volume yet, it's not like crazy volatile, we can see that this is already after 8:20 a.m. We can see that the price is breaking above the previous highs and then retesting it. So either an entry over here or waiting for a much clearer price action. You can see that I will probably take, you can see 10 pips. If we were zoomed in, the entry would be at this bearish candle close. And as you can see, with a TP of 45 pips, this will go to profit, because of course we see that price will not come back, but that's another thing. So an entry over here would be 45 pips any case, because even with the stop loss at break even after 30 pips, price will never come back to this level. So what we are seeing is then after a little bit, because it's taking like 10-15 minutes to really gain some momentum, but as you can see, price will never go even 10 pips in drawdown. We have a clean break above these previous highs of the order block that we just created, and we could have, of course, a second entry, but since we are still in this trade, I will not consider them. I will not consider adding on a winning position, because that's simply not my setup. Of course, I will have this very likely entry with the first candle close at the order block highs after making a new higher high. That will be further profits. So as we can see here, 1897, 45 pips will be 1901, so 1.5. So that will be reached over here. So this will be the first profitable trade. So that's when we can consider only above that to take possible entries. As you can see, there is no real reason for any sell, because the price is making higher highs and higher lows. We could also draw a trend line. We are very much bullish. And yeah, that's basically very simple. So simple that it's quite it's very simple, I would say. Then the price is breaking above the key level 1902, and we are it's giving us a pullback directly to the key level. In this case, we have a little bit of chance. We can say that we can take an entry at 19.2.5 with a stop loss at 19.1 flat. 19.1 flat will be above there, so it will probably be triggered. So we might say that an entry over there, it's good. I don't like it because it's not really a strong push up, but just for the record, I want to have it as a loss because it will probably be unlucky, but still taking a loss, and that will be minus 15. Furthermore, we see that, as you can see here, the price is bouncing from this level. We are still making a new higher low. If we were to continue our trend line, we will still make new higher highs and higher lows. So that's why I would probably consider when the price is actually breaking above this key level again. For example, here, that's when I would probably take another entry. The entry will be as close as possible to the key level, and let's see when it will be. It will be quite harsh, I would say, especially having these eyes on the left hand side, but still it's still good practice to re-enter with this trade, even though the price did not make a new high. The timing is almost, this is New York Stock Exchange, so it will be sketchy. Let's say that I don't enter. So then we wait for a new higher high to be created. Here, price is simply making higher highs and higher lows. Here we have a pullback to these previous highs. There's not much market structure being created on the chart, but still I see this as a new high being created and a retest, and that will be a possible entry because we are retesting the previous PSA. Here we are not respecting anything, retesting anything. So that will be a possible entry. That from 1906.25, now by 7 to 19.6.25, we'll need to go 1912, so it's basically 60 pips, so that will be a win. Plus 45, this is clearly a trending day. And then what we see that the price is making new higher high. We will probably take an entry over there. We are very close to the key level still, but this will probably be another entry. Yeah, we are coming close to the 10 a.m. candle, so probably better to wait for the 10 a.m. candle to open, I would say. But let's say that we enter over here. That will be at around 1910. It will go 30 pips and then push back. So in this case, that will be possibly a loss. This entry will be minus 15 or break even, because going since it's going 30 pips with the break even will be a break even trade. This will be wins either way. Then we see a strong rejection, strong bounce. We have no market structure, so we are not breaking below and retesting any previous higher low. So when we see that we are actually retesting these previous highs, we might consider that still to be in a bullish bias. So I will still wait. For example, after this one, I will say, okay, either I'm good to go because I had 90 pips, minus 30 is still a 60 pip win for the day. So personally, I would probably be done for the day. But otherwise, I will wait for a break above the next key level for another entry. So for example, when you see a break and retest of this 1912, I will probably enter over here. Stop loss will be safely over below there because it will be 910.5, and then if any entry over here, okay, yeah, 12.5, yeah, an entry here would be very risky. especially because we are not breaking above these previous weeks. So that's, I would probably wait for the candle to really make a new high, show some strength. I would probably be done for the day anyway. As you can see, yes, the price is making a new higher high, but I would not buy in any case of with this strong price action, bearish price action. We might take the reason that, okay, we are 50% retracement and we are reacting at these previous lows, but it's very, very high risk high reward. I would probably not really consider it. So let's say that was it, and I'm going to fill it later, so that's no rush. So over here we're coming into the 16th, so it's a Monday because of the date. What we are seeing is that this is early. We can already see that the volume will be low, but of course we cannot know beforehand. So let's have a look at what is actually the market telling us before New York opening. So we see that the price made a new high above these previous ones, but then bounced back, and in pre-New York it made all the way down. So we are coming into New York open. New York open will be around there. So New York open is seeing us making a new low, and that will be very, very would be too high risk reward, because of course it's before my actual time, because I will start at 8:20. But this is making a new low, and let's see the price action. So of course for now we are bearish. We see the price action and still here. So the actual what's the word? The actual 8:20 AM Eastern will be about already below the key level 1912. So there will be no real entry yet, unless it's really high risk high reward taking this entry. And yeah, I don't see much of an entry. I would probably wait for either a pullback or price to make a new low and take the sells below there. But let's see if we have any trade at all in such a low volume market. I will still wait for sells. As you can see, there's a very low volume. There's no real reason to turn bullish, and again, the volume in the chart is very small. We are making new highs. Probably the only entry that I can see over here, it's actually this. Let's see it. Break and retest of this previous PSA. Still, it's very small, but just to take a chance of a trade, that would probably be it. So an entry at 1914, max go to 1917. So that would be 20 pips, and then coming back down only later on in the night. So yes, let's say that we took this sell with this buy over here, and that would be a minus 15. Minus 15. Okay. So this one slow volume, not really much to say, not really the confirms that we want to take further sells are not there, so there is no real reason to stay in the market. So we move on to Tuesday, and we can see that there was a little bit more volume coming into the chart. It's around there. That's this is 8 AM, 8:20 AM Eastern. So that's when we are pushing back. First, before that, we are in a bearish bias because we are still breaking below 1912, making new lows. We just made a new lower low, but this pushback after 8:20, it's so bullish, it's very strongly bullish, so that it's actually bringing the price up. So this would be a high risk high reward entry already, and probably too much, because it's still against a very strong bearish structure. That's where these are the PSA that we will be very much have to be aware of. I don't think I will take this entry. We are in a very bullish bias. We are breaking above. Depends also on the left hand side of this chart what the price is showing us. Anyway, let's say that I will take, if I don't take this one, I will take the break and retest of this level because it's a key level, and with a strong momentum, bullish momentum, I will take a retest. So we see that the price is making a new lower low over there. It's making a higher low over here. So I will probably enter over here at 1912. So let's see if it would be stopped out over here. So this will be 1912 will be 1910.5, and as you can see, if the entry is good, I will actually be safe. So this will go from 1912 to 1916.5 exactly on the dot. Yeah, a little bit less. So that will probably be a win. Plus 45. And yeah, then the price will bounce from here. What do I want to see afterwards? Okay, we take our buy. Okay, we have our profit over here. So we would love to see a break and retest for possible continuation sells, or take sells below this level. So yeah, that would be the main idea. Below this, the last lower low, higher low, especially with this rejection over here. So that's where I will probably I will be willing to take sells with a retest of this low, and let's see if the price gives us. So up until this time, we are just ranging. We are seeing that the price is failing to make new high, but since I don't trade the failure to break, I don't really see the point. Now here we are after the 10 a.m. candle, and we finally see a break and retest, a break. You can immediately see here how strong the momentum is. So we are taking the break of this candle, and over here we see a break and retest of our previous PSA. So an entry would be at this candle probably, and I don't know if we go actually into profits because it's 1911 and it will go like 20 pips. So I don't know, like 11.2, it will go 20 pips. I don't know if after that it will go down or not. Let's see from the 17. Yeah, it looks like that it went up, but we don't know. So just give me a second. So I went back on the broker, and as you can see here, the price will go only like 20 pips in profits and stay like 20 pips in profit. I don't know if at the time comes, I will probably place it at break even and leave it there. It will go to a loss. In this case, I will place it. I will say that it's at break even because I mean it's after time, so we can say that it was a break even trade over here. Because I don't know if I will take probably 20 pips. So in this case will be a win and then a break even one. So that was it, and we can move on. On the 18th of January, we're coming from 2 days of quite a low volume, but it's Wednesday. I don't know if we have any news at all. By the looks of the 8:30, it looks like it. We are seeing that the price is making a new high. It's retesting it right before New York open, and then what we see is that price is actually retesting these previous highs. I will not say that I can enter over here because it's probably expected a news. Let's go. Let's see what the news was on the 18th of January. So that we can see if it was a big news or not. 18th of January. Yeah, it was the PPI and retail sales. They all showed negative compared to the expected and also to the previous one. So the bias is bullish because of this reason. We are expecting a weak dollar. So let's say I will not take this trade at 10 minutes before that, even though technically it looks very absolutely perfect. But let's have a look at here. So we have this negative news. I will probably wait for the break and retest of this key level, 1923.5. Instead, we see that price is making a fake out. This is another setup that I would love to trade, to be able to trade, because if you can see here, this is a fake out, a retesting of the area and a continuation below. That would be a great setup to trade. Still, I don't think that I will consider it. So what I will consider is a retest of these main areas over here. So these previous highs, or possibly this PSA. So we might say that it's very strong, but we see also some sort of price action confirmation. So let's say that I take an entry anywhere over there, it's minus 15 pips. Then we see a retest of these lows. I will not take an entry immediately. That's because of not really, I mean, after a loss, I will wait a little bit for more confirmation before taking another entry. Not like try to take here, to take here, there. I want to see some confirmation in the bullish bias. So probably a retest of these previous highs for the continuation up, or some sort of confirmation that the bullish price action is coming back into the chart. So what we can see is that exactly this PSA, we see a bounce from here. So this level will be retested exactly. So let's say that if we entered over here, just for backtesting, 1918, stop loss would be 16.5. So I'm watching on the left hand side, and that would be a loss. So that's would be very unfortunate, and that would be the start of this price action. And that's why I would prefer to wait for some further confirmation or an entry exactly at the key level. Still, I will love to wait for a break and retest of this area before taking a second shot. So I don't want to really catch multiple times the falling knife. So as you can see here, this actual price action is happening. Simply has to happen a little bit later. Price is grabbing liquidity, and we are breaking below these previous higher lows. So entry over there, I don't know if that will be something. 19.5 will be 30 pips, 35 pips. In this case, that's a great retest, but it would be too messy to enter, I would say. So let's say that we wait for the break and retest. So we can either have an entry at this candle close or at this candle close. And in any case, that will be a win. We also have, let's see, if we enter over here, that's like 1919.7, let's say. And this goes to 1923.5. 1919.7, it's 1923.7, so that will be we will have to wait for this level to be reached for the actual profit. So that will be a plus 45. This one will also give you a very good break and retest. If I miss the previous entry, that will be very good break and retest in continuation bullish. Otherwise, I would love to wait for clean break and retest of these previous highs to show some further confirmation of bullish price action. So let's say that I take this entry, and that will be a loss, and it's fine. Then we see the retest of these previous lows on the left hand side, price action confirmation, and yeah, if I wait for the break and retest over here, 1923.5, it will go like 20 pips, I would say. Yeah, 25 pips in profit, and that's it. So what would I do? So we are still bullish as a price action. We are retesting. I don't like this end of pullback, but I don't really like it. I'm liking more the break and retest setup. So this one would be a loss. And yeah, after this bounce, I will wait for the retest, and this will probably be another loss because it goes only to 25 pips. Okay, Then what we see another strong bearish confirmation. We are making a new lower low because we are actually breaking below these lows. I would probably, it's very risky, probably could be trapped in this price action. The only thing is that yeah, it's after New York Stock Exchange. An entry over here will be like 1921. This will be, yeah, right above 15 pips. So that will be something that needs some further testing. Because I would probably take an entry over here. So that's why. So minus 15. And yeah, then what we see a double top over here. So what I will wait for, it's a break and retest of these previous lows, and probably an entry will be over there, and that will be an actual win over here, an entry over there, or most likely over here. Anywhere will be the same level. That would be a win because it would reach 21.2, would be like a 17 for something. This is 25, this is 50, so it will probably be like here. So that will be the TP plus 45. Then when we are seeing the retest of these previous lows, it's end of pullback. This could also be an entry over here, but I will not, there's no candle structure over here. So I would love to see this candle. So an entry over there will probably give us further 45 pips. So yeah. So that's to show you that even taking 3 losses in a row can be expected and has to be done, and I have to stay on the charts because otherwise I will miss further opportunities later on that will actually make me profitable for the day. So as you can see, 45.90, 135 minus 45 only, so that will still be a 90 pips profit. So it's very important to stick to it, and also an understanding of maybe when and why. Maybe you can't really avoid these fake outs and entry as aggressive, or maybe give a 20 pip stop loss. That would be it. Yes, because it's sometimes it's just a 15 pip stop loss that gets triggered a little bit, and then price actually goes into your direction. Yeah, like we risked over here. Oh, let's see. So our profit was over here, so we didn't re-enter. So yeah, that was it. Let's move on to the 19th, which is okay, it's a Thursday. So we are coming from this is pre-New York. Price eventually looks like it's making a new lower low, but still no real direction. We are waiting for 80.20, which is above there, around there. That's when we are seeing some sort of coming back into the range. We don't know what the price action was before that. We were making a new lower low below there, but before even starting to trade, that's when we had this rejection. Of course, I would love to see buys above this level. So even with this momentum, I will wait for clean price action above this level to take the continuation buy. So here there's no entry. We are coming back into the range, but I would love to see sells below this level in order to enter. And we see price action confirms. Probably this will be a fake out that we get caught into. Yes. Because the price is actually breaking up and is simply giving a fake out for now. So let's do it like this, the blue. So that's what I was waiting. I was waiting for the continuation bullish, but the retest of these previous highs doesn't really work this time. And when we see price action confirm, making further the same lows, not breaking below, there's no real sell, there's no reason to sell because we're not breaking above below any level. What we are seeing is that we are seeing some further confirmation bullish. Here we can see that price action later on will retest this level, and that's when I will enter my buy again. As you can see, it will go 45 pips, I would say. 1913, 1918, yeah, that this will be plus 45. There you go. And then as you can see, we are making a bullish market structure. You could have also entered over there for further. You can see price gave you further multiple confirmations, and you can see also it will validate later on. Okay, so we are still very bullish, and first we see the this reaction at this area is very strong. So we might consider it consider a buy anywhere over here. Or let's see. Yeah, the fact is that it's too aggressive or bearish price action to enter buys. Waiting for New York Stock Exchange. So New York Stock Exchange actually opens over there, makes a new low. We might expect price to react at this level, but yeah, just take safer breaking and retest. We can see that price is giving us this opportunity for another entry that will go 18 point something to 23. So it's 50 pips. So that will be another profit. Just waiting for the for a safe price action. Plus 45. There you go. Then price continues making new highs up until the end of the session, and that's it. That's your profit, and then you're good to go. You can see plus 30, plus 75 pips. There you go. Let's move on to a Friday. As we can see here, price is bouncing from this key level, or PSA is 1929. We are bouncing. Price is making then after my actual time of the session opens, is making a new low. We are retesting these lows. For example, if I get caught in this fake out, that would be an entry around 1926.5, 1928. I would be stopped out. So if I take that aggressive entry, price making a new low, yeah, that would be probably a possible entry. But a safer entry would always absolutely be below this level. So I would take this entry. So this one, for example, is a minus 15. So we have a break below, a new lower low being created, and then this rejection. So for example, an entry over there, 1925.5. Yeah, that would be a 50 pips, so 45 pips will still be good. We can also have the confirm of the 20th of January. Let's move on to the 20th of January. Yeah, it's like here. Yes, that's exactly it. And yeah, this here will be 45.5 pips. Any entry would be good. So that would be a plus 45. Okay. And then there is no real further continuation sells. As you can see, price is moving up aggressively, but the next candle is closing above, it's not giving us this rejection candles. So what do we do? When do we shift into a bullish bias? I would say that it's when we break above the last lower high, which is over here. Was these are the block highs. So when we break above, these candles are not very strong, so I will not really consider them. And especially, as you can see, something to avoid fake outs is to take an entry at the bottom and understanding more of the price action. Because if I take an entry over there, I will probably lose. And if I take an entry afterwards, after the liquidity is being grabbed, it's probably a win. But let's say that I take this buy, which is of course a loss, 15. But then I take this buy after the break and retest, as you can see, making a new high, and then we are retesting. There's not much volume, but it's the start of the session, and that will be an entry over there, 1926, 1931. That will be a 45 pip win. So yeah, that will go over there, and then another bounce from this level. I mean, 2 wins, 2 losses. I will probably not trade this price action anyway. So there you go. Still a profitable day, even with the fake outs. So coming into Monday, and let's see it for today. So we are coming with this Monday. We are in a very strong bearish momentum. You can see this is the start of New York. We have probably around here the 8:20 a.m. Eastern. So we have this PSA, probably we have this PSA, probably there's something over there. So we will want a retest of this key level to enter. And the first possible entry would be over there. So will be at this retest and these lows. That will be 1923 point something down to 18.7. Let's check on the broker. So now we're talking about the 23. Okay, so that will be the entry. So yeah, as you can see, I was waiting for the break below this level, so that's why. And an entry over there will go 44 pips, but still this will not be a loss, this will be a win. So as you can see, this will still be a win. Or break even actually. Plus 45 or break even. And of course, if I didn't take that entry, if I got stopped out at break even, yeah, that's a hand of pullback happening with the new 4-hour candle. We can see actually when it happened. What time was it? Yeah, the new 4-hour is opening over there, retesting. Yeah, that's a valuable entry because it's after, it's expecting the new 4-hour to end up pullback at the key level. So that would be plus 45 if previous was at break even. Otherwise, if we are still in this trade, we are good to go, and we are going into profits later on. Then what will be our next set of trade ideas will be, of course, below this level, and that will be this entry, I will say, the retest of these candle bodies. Yeah, this will be 19.5, will be 2021. So we are pretty safe as stop loss wise. So, and it will go clearly more than 45 pips. And plus 45. Then again, we have another break, a retest below this level, and we get probably faked out over here or probably even here, this is good. 16.2, 32.7, so yeah, that would be a loss. Anyway, let's say that it's over here. Let's say it's over here, it's minus 15. Then we have another retest, and then possible continuation below over here. That's very risky to take an entry. I mean, I don't know what was the timing of these candles. Yeah, it's right before the 10 a.m. candle. 10 a.m. candle opens already over here. It continues down. Yeah, that would probably be too risky to enter. Probably taking an entry over there. Yeah, would be another loss. Because the price is actually making a new lower low, so that's why it's still a good idea to take a trade. Of course, if I am up to 90 pips, now I'm only up 60, I might call it a day. I really don't care. On the lower time frame, we see the price is making new high. Of course, I would love to see a break above this level before considering the shifting bias. So yes, we are seeing and validating this bullish price action, and after all this bullish price action, we might even consider taking this trade at this level, 19.19.5. Probably will be stopped out. Depends on this candle. We're still bouncing from there. I don't know if I will take a trade like this. I'll probably wait for a clean retest of this level. So yeah, I would probably say that this is the candle entries, because we see price bouncing. Yeah, probably it's over here, an entry over there. No, this is messy, but we're staying above. Yeah, no, because now we are not considering that level. We are considering these ones. So yeah, I will wait for a break retest of this level. So it will happen over there. So that will be the entry at any of these candle. It will go 45. So that will be 1921, 1925. Yeah, that will go plus 45. So yes, only even waiting for clear candle setup, clear market structure to be broken, it's good and it's safe, and that's absolutely better. The only thing is not I have to take all these trades, even the losing ones, because otherwise I will be missing out on some trades. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time with further testing.